Hi, I'm Chris Roberts, and I'd like to show you something I've been working on.
Are we rolling? Hey, we have 5 minutes and counting till Chris Roberts' announcement. And are we all excited here? We've all got our golden tickets. Yeah!
Please welcome to the stage, Chris Roberts.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm going to build a universe. I'm going to do a PC game like the old Wingmans I did. But if you've got a great PC, this is really going to show it off. You're not going to be able to get this experience anywhere else. I'm hoping that a lot of you want to be in this universe, because I do, and I want to play this game. Apparently, our site is having millions of hits and it's overloaded, so everyone out there, please be patient. We'll try and get it back up when I guess we can.
I think this is what I meant this for. We were completely overwhelmed by the amazing response we got when we announced Star Citizen. But unfortunately, our servers were even more overwhelmed than we were and went down for a few days. So we're just at the tail end of getting it all back into order. But in the meantime, the kind folks at Kickstarter have offered to help out, and we'll be launching a Star Citizen Kickstarter page.
Stretch goals are on the run. Well, much longer. We have 2 big targets left. 6,000 clicks out. Alpha win, we need to hit Kickstarter. Beta win, we'll be swarming the RSI website. We need all of you. Tell your family. Tell your friends. Tell your pets if that's what it takes. Offer them upgrades, extra ships, whole new tiers, whatever gets us over the top. We have 1 week left.
Alright guys, going in. So new office. Check it out, we'll move in Saturday actually.
Introducing the 2943 $300.
idea. So 1 year ago today, we launched, and I think our delay at the start of the live stream probably fitting because 1 year ago we had a bigger technical issue than we did today. But thank everyone for persisting. It's amazing. We have a huge amount of people here that are part of the team that are making the game, plus a good amount of people that are also part of the community that are helping enable this game to get made. It's actually really nice. So we thought that the idea of today, and we'll do this every year on October 10th, is to create a get-together to sort of celebrate the game and the universe, the team, talk about what we've been doing on the team, and also interact with the community. So this CitizenCon, so to speak, is smaller. It's the smallest it'll be. Next year will be much bigger, and we'll give people more warning and allow more people to be able to join. Here, obviously, we're fairly limited because we've got a lot of team members, and there's only so many seats we can have in this fairly small venue, so we're going to have to find a bigger venue than this. We've grown much bigger than we were at the beginning. It was fit, I don't know, 10 foot by 10 foot room at the start. So I thought one of the nice things to do on the 1 year anniversary would be to have the various departments and groups of people that are working on the game talk a little bit about themselves and sort of give a little anecdote so everyone gets to sort of meet them and see them because we've got an incredibly talented team. I mean, I get a lot of applause, thank you very much for that, but I couldn't do this without the team that's working on this game. I've got incredible good people. So it's definitely the most, no offense to my past teams, but I definitely feel like the team I've got now is the most talented team that I've ever worked with, and I think we're going to do something great here. And then on top of that, we have this amazing community. I mean, we are really the first game of this scope or this level that is 100% funded and backed by the people that love this kind of game and want to play this kind of game. And I think that's an incredibly special thing because there's no other agenda. The only agenda we have is making something that is as cool as possible, that is as fun as possible for everybody, because we're all game players and everybody that's backing. You guys are, everyone out there on the internet, back as we have inside here, all you guys, you love this kind of game so much that you're willing to help finance it well before it's going to get made. And that is an amazing thing, and we all appreciate on the team your support, and we're going to try our best to make the best damn space sim ever. So I think first up, we're going to run the design team, which is led by our lead designer, Rob Irving, where Rob is somewhere in the, there he is. So let's run the design team's video, and then after I would like all the people that are part of the design group to stand up so everyone can see them at the end of the video. Okay, so let's run the video, please.
It started with a dream that Chris Roberts has been carrying his head for more than 20 years, waiting for the right time. That time is now. The Cloud Imperium design team's job is to take the vision of Chris Roberts and break it into its component parts, making the set of rules that will eventually lead to the Star Citizen universe. Design got started early with Ben Lesnick cranking out material as fast as he could during the crowdfunding campaign.
Chris had a very clear vision for Star Citizen, but because of the crowdfunding campaign, we needed to get information out to our backers as quickly as possible. That meant taking a lot of Chris's ideas and working out specific systems sooner than we might normally do in a game development process. My job, along with Dave Haddock and Chris, was to take some of Chris's ideas and create specific systems that would be public-facing, especially the planets that you would be visiting and the ships you would be flying and pledging for. Which meant that when Chris had an idea like a multi-person crewed ship, we got together and turned it into the Constellation, or a luxury ship, which became the BMW of space, the 300i. It was a lot of fun, it was a crazy time, and we laid down a lot of the fiction for our game in those days.
Take a look at the Star Citizen website, and the comm links in particular, to see just how much work Ben and Dave did in those early days. Meanwhile, our community was growing very fast, so Pete Mackey was brought on board to help Ben. What happened then was the initial design of many of our systems, including the Star Citizen economy.
So for the economy, Chris knew that he wanted to create the most detailed economy that he'd ever seen in a game. And so the first time that he had come out to Austin, we were at a bar, and I asked him if I could take a crack at some design work on it, and he said, sure, but don't feel too bad if I don't like what you give me. But apparently he did, and so we've kind of moved forward on that. And so we have, in the last few months, really started to work on supply chains. We have started to work on mining mechanics. We have even gone up to Montreal to work with behavior, and they've started working on our new simulation tool. It's not really what you would see in the game, but it gives us kind of a sandbox that we can play in to see what the different kinds of values and numbers and the interactions between different aspects of the economy will do.
Big economy, big universe, big design job. So they brought me on board as the first design hire at Cloud Imperium. And then we brought in Dan Tracy to get some valuable CryEngine experience. And Nate Blaisdell was soon added on as my second in command. When we finally brought Pete over full time, and then brought in Blake, the design team was complete.
So we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We've got starships, we've got bringing the world to life, we've got hundreds and hundreds of systems, and we've got some stuff coming up more immediately for the hangar.
Over the last few months, we've been doing a lot of iteration, and we're getting to the point now where we can actually take stuff out of the spreadsheets and get them into the game. And to help speed that process up even faster, Dan just yesterday built us a really cool weapons testing rack where we can just attach weapons to it and fire them without them having to be attached to a ship.
Over the past year, we've been laying the groundwork for what will become Star Citizen and Squadron 42. Our first big task was bringing the hangar to the citizens.
So after the artists and the programming team had the hangar up and running, it was on the design team to start helping to optimize it. That was our first chance to really start learning the CryEngine tools, and it was really a collaborative effort among every discipline on the team and all the different studios.
So look forward to seeing a lot more ships, weapons, and stats in the upcoming months. Meanwhile, we haven't forgotten our roots. Under Chris's guidance, Dave Haddock and John Schimmel have been working on the storyline for Squadron 42. So stay tuned as we head into space and beyond. And it's all possible because of you out there. Hundreds of thousands of Star Citizens who have helped Chris bring epic space gaming back to life. So happy birthday, Star Citizen. We'll see you in the verse.
We'll have these videos up. I actually believe that there was an output error on that video because there was actually some footage. We weren't deliberately redacting those black screens. But the design team should stand up, and Dan, let's have Dan stand up first because we were so rushed getting all this in, we didn't get the all the footage, and Dan was he wasn't there when they shot the footage in Austin because he was in LA, and then he was out here at our modular design summit while we shot the footage in LA. So basically, he kind of missed both of them. But he's doing some amazing work. Dan actually used to work at Crytek. And he's really helping us a lot with using the engine. But everyone from design should stand up. All right. Yeah, you guys are fantastic. All right, so we have another equally talented group of people that is going to come up in their video. Hopefully, we won't have as many black screens in that one. So let's meet the programmers.
I'd like to give you the story of engineering here at Cloud Imperium. It all started when Chris had this vision of Star Citizen, and he did the prototype, he evaluated engines, he chose CryEngine, and then everybody knows the story of the prototype and the crowdfunding. And after that, he started hiring the team, and that's when many of the engineers joined. From there, we implemented the hangar module. Many engineers worked on many different pieces of this. Jeff Uriarte did the procedural hangar generation, where the hangar expands and contracts depending on the number of ships you have.
I'm Jeff Uriarte at Cloud Imperium. I'm a senior programmer. I already knew about the project. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity that it wasn't something I could pass up, and I'm really glad to be here.
I'm Josh Holloway. A lot of people may have noticed that after the first patch, a lot of the lighting in the ships changed. it turned out all of the lighting files from all of the ships were being completely removed from the build for the final build system. And I was the one who managed to find that and fix it. After that first patch, it was someone who said something along the lines of, it's almost as if someone found the light switch and turned it on. And I read that and sort of thought to myself, I was the guy who found the light switch and turned it on.
Paul Reindell did the ship customization and inventory system, including the hard points for weapons and the holotable.
I was pretty impressed when I first saw the stuff Chris made for the initial prototype, because basically he was the only guy who worked on the initial prototype, and he programmed a lot. And I was pretty impressed that one guy could achieve all this in probably less than a year.
My name is Brendan, and I work at Cloud Imperium Games here in Austin, and I'm a programmer on the engine team. So I help to create new features in the engine, just advance the look and feel of the game, and work out what we need.
Brendan Jackson did the optimization and profiling with CryEngine so we could display all of the ships and all the components on screen at once with a good frame rate.
That's it, I'm leaving now.
Tom Sawyer did the server backend so you could log in with the game client and receive your ship data. Kyle Rockman implemented the launcher, which you all see when you first start the game, and it patches and updates all the game and all the data. And he also did the build system, which behind the scenes is always building our code and data, do our official builds that we test and send to the public. Jeff Zhu joined us towards the end of the hangar development, and he helped with lots of ship animation and character animation fixes and improvements.
My name is Jeffrey Zhu. My most memorable moment might be trying to shove asteroids into Bengal Carrier's carrier bay with a Hornet, just to see if I could, and exploding horribly.
Jared Jacobs also joined towards the hangar development as a web developer, and he worked with our external web developers, Turbulent, on website fixes and improvements. For the future, we're working on spaceflight, and specifically the dogfighting module, which is the next big release you'll see. The LA engineering team has grown with lots of great engineers, and we're working on things like weapons and shield effects and artificial intelligence. Working together with our engineering teams at Star Citizen's partners, we're going to bring you an awesome dogfighting experience. Happy birthday, Star Citizen.
Und an alle deutschen Fans am Ende noch, danke für eure Unterstützung. Wir machen das auf jeden Fall, wird ein gutes Game.
Programmers should stand up. Let's hear it for the programmers. Stand up, programmers. There you go. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So it's actually quite telling that most of the programmers are in the back. They don't really want to be in the front in the limelight, but they do amazing work. So you guys are great. So the last sort of, well, actually we've got, I wouldn't say, but the last group that's involved in the actual core development of the game will run up now, and obviously it's the artists, and I think we've got an incredible group of artists who are doing some amazing stuff. And you know, it's always cool to look at like great imagery. So let's run the art reel.
these ships, man, I mean, you guys have seen the ships. They're crazy daunting. I mean, so many moving parts, so many little things. I mean, for all of those to come online the way they have has been really satisfying for me.
Happy birthday, Star Citizen.
Happy birthday, Star Citizen. Happy birthday.
To
Star Citizen. Cloud Imperium.
Thank you.
Robert Space Industries. I don't what the name is. We'll change it over.
Happy birthday, Star Citizen. It's your 1 year mark, and may the force be with you. I'll do a real happy birthday in a minute.
You want to stand up? I think you should. So, I will definitely say that it makes it very easy to code or design things when you have such great art, and it just makes you want to put it in and see it function. So you guys are doing an amazing job. So we thought, besides the fact that we're just doing a review and kind of generally saying happy birthday for 1 year, we also want to add some fun things for everyone out there. So no one's seen the Gladiator yet. Since we're talking about spaceships and art, we're going to show the final conceptual work on the Gladiator, which is pretty awesome, very, very fully realized. I think you guys will like it. So this is the sort of world premiere of the Gladiator. So let's roll the first image. Let's go to the next one. So, and it's part of our fun celebration, we actually, in the case of the Gladiator, a couple other things we'll show later on, we are going to put them on our site for a limited time until Monday morning. So I believe if the web team is pressing the button now, Gladiator may actually be live on our site. But it's great. It's designed by David Hobbins, who's an incredibly talented, conceptual, high-end film designer. He's actually a protege of Ryan Church, who is, has done some of our most iconic designs, and he's working on some other great stuff for us. So really happy with that. And now I thought the other thing that would be really good for everyone out there in the community and here is that we have a great internal team, but that's only about half the people that are working on the game. So we have a huge and really talented group of development partners. There's actually a few that further down the road we'll also introduce to you. But we wanted to introduce you to the ones that you should know and know their work, because they're doing some really great stuff for us. So the first is Behavior, who are based in Montreal. And they've got an incredibly talented team. So we're the Behavior guys. We have a few down here because they came from Modular. You want to stand up really quickly? There's a few more people from Behavior that are down here, but we were actually taking the opportunity of doing this 1 year anniversary. We actually had a summit, which we were calling the Modular Summit, where we were working on how we're going to essentially build all the planet-side environments and not take 452 years to do it. So there's a fair amount of stuff where there will be some modular architecture that we can put together, and then there'll be some unique stuff. And we had a summit where the key teams that are both from internal and external that are working on this came together over the last 2 days to discuss and share ideas and push forward our thinking on what the pipeline has been. So we actually have, that's one of the reasons why I have a lot of our partners down here, which is fantastic. But let's roll Behavior's video and we'll hear a little more about what Behavior is doing on Star Citizen.
Hello Star Citizen, welcome to Behavior Montreal's office. I'm Mathieu Beaulieu, one of the producers on Star Citizen. Well, I'm here to present you my team.
So one of our main mandates here at Behavior is creating a vast amount of planet for you to explore. We have hired the best talent in Montreal to deliver rich and breathtaking environment for you to explore and interact with. Concept artists, 3D artists, environment artists, and level designer are all working together to define the best pipeline for the planet creation process. It is important for us that each environment has a unique feel to it. We want you to be able to quickly recognize which planet you are on from the first time you land on it. Architectural style of the buildings, vista elements, corporate ownership of the planet, and atmospheric ambience are few of the elements that we studied to make each planet unique. At the same time, we don't want you to get lost or having to use a map to find your way on a new planet. We want you to be able to find your way to a specific merchant easily. Planet layout, store configuration, pathway schemes, and landing sequence are all being worked to achieve that goal. But that's not all. We're also working on the economy system, as presented by Chris Roberts a few weeks ago. We're also making good progress on the avatar customization system and planning for a social hub where you'll be able to gather with your friends and plan for your next mission.
On behalf of everybody up here at Behavior Montreal, we want to give a big, huge thanks to all the fans and backers of the project. It's because of you that we get to work on such a cool game. So,
happy birthday, Star Citizen!
Behavior is working on some really great stuff. We haven't shown you all the stuff yet, but I think everyone's going to be quite excited. The next development partner that I want to introduce is Void Alpha. They're also tasked with working on the various planet-side environments. I may have said this before in interviews, but I think Rob can correct me. What are we, 105 systems, 110 systems on the initial build? And then, of course, each system can have multiple planets, and each planet potentially can have multiple landing locations. So I believe we're about 450 or 60 different locations you can visit down on planets. So that's a lot of stuff. So we're going to need a lot of people to do that, and we're really focusing at the early days on figuring out what our pipeline is. So behavior is a key part of that, and the second development partner I'm going to introduce is also a key part of that. It's a company called Void Alpha, and one of the nice things, which I guess you'll see in the video, but one of the principles of Void Alpha is Mark Day, who worked with me on Wing Commander 3 and Wing Commander 4, and also did Prophecy after I left to form Digital Anvil. So we have a lot of working history together and had a great time making some pretty, I think, decent games. And it's great to be working again with him. But let's run Void Alpha's video so you can meet the rest of the Void Alpha team, and then afterwards everyone can stand up and you can meet them. All right, let's go.
Greetings, Star Citizens. We are Void Alpha. We're located in the San Francisco Bay Area. San Francisco, the iconic city by the bay, cable cars, the waterfront, all of which we can occasionally see from our offices directly across the bay in beautiful Emeryville, California. Here at Void Alpha, we've been working on planet-side environments for Star Citizen. Our designers create a rough 3D model of an environment called the white box. The concept artists add detail and sometimes color. The concept art is then used by our production artists to create environments to be used in the game. Let's meet some of our talented staff.
Hi, my name's Miranda, and I'm a 3D artist here at Void Alpha. What I like best about working on the Star Citizen project is the use of the new CryEngine. It allows the artists to work more in detail and not have the limitations of technology that we used to have in the past.
What I like most about working on Star Citizen is building the planet-side locations that players will be running around on, and then seeing concept and environment make those locations look even more amazing than I originally imagined. I'm Gabriel Galaz, and I'm a level designer at Void Alpha. In the past, I've worked on the Resistance and Ratchet & Clank franchises, most recently Star Wars 1313 and First Assault. What I'm looking forward to the most about playing Star Citizen is flying around in spaceships and killing people with my friends.
What I like best about working on Star Citizen probably is because I'm such a huge Wing Commander fan. And it's a new universe incorporating all the things that I liked about the old games. I'm Dennis Renshaw, and I am Senior Environment Artist. Well, working with the CryEngine, I'm actually enjoying a lot. You know, I played around with it a little bit, but never done it in a professional capacity. So I'm actually just enjoying everything, actually being able to do that now.
The best thing for me about working on Star Citizen, getting to work closely with Chris again. We've been friends for many, many years, and on a professional level, he's always had such a strong vision. Really, the most fun and exciting times in my professional career was when we were working on projects together. I can't believe it's already been a year for Star Citizen. It doesn't seem that long ago that Chris came to me with a demo he'd been working on and telling me about a Kickstarter. So I guess it's happy birthday, Star Citizen. But you know, I think the best is yet to come.
I think the Void Alpha folks here, do you want to stand up so people can... There's Mark over here. We're missing some of the... Where are the artists? Are they back? Oh, there you are, in the back there. There you go. So the next group that we're going to run a short video, and I believe there's actually a lot of dialogue on it, is CGBot, who some of the members are here. So Sergio Rosas worked with me at Origin as an art director, and the same at Digital Anvil. Is incredibly talented and passionate, and has always done amazing work. And we have Rita, who I guess you're the sort of business head of there, and also in the old days we worked together at Digital Anvil. So I believe you two guys kind of slightly may have met because Rita was a long time ago my executive assistant. It's great to work with both of you guys again, and it's great to have you here. And then Tara, sitting next to him, is the producer at CGBot, and she worked at Digital Anvil with us all too, with Jason Decker, who is not actually at CGBot, but we worked at Origin and at Digital Anvil. So, well, Jason's a very successful another developer here in Austin doing Pocket Legends, right? And you've got there's a sci-fi one too, I think. I forget now. Anyway, I'm too busy making games now, making this game. So do you guys want to stand up and say hi? Okay, great. And there's an incredibly talented team that's actually down in Monterrey, Mexico, that aren't here today, but you're going to see on the video. And CGBot actually worked on all the prototype assets that were in CryEngine. So the Hornet and the Carrier and the Vandal fighter and all the stuff that you actually saw in the original cinematic and the prototype and the assets that I demoed with were actually built by CGBot over the previous year of me working on the prototype. And actually, Sergio was kind enough to do a bunch of that stuff on spec and then a bunch of it at a reduced rate, so we could afford to have something looking great and not have to spend so much. So this is actually the team we'll see in this video that's doing it. So it's pretty brief, but let's just run it and we'll see everyone working on Star Citizen spaceships and characters.
Woo! Pregnant pauses!
Martin and the rest of the CGBot team that are back in Mexico, if they're watching this, you should stand up and take a virtual round of applause. Since actually CGBot are one of the major partners that's building a lot of our spaceships, that sort of brings us to the second spaceship reveal, although this one isn't an engine, but it is a final conceptual. It is the Retaliator, the Aegis Retaliator, as designed by Ryan Church, who is pretty much the superstar of conceptual designers. So let's show a little bit of the Retaliator. You guys will like this as well. I like that shot. And there's even a luxury apartment module you can get for it. So this is if you're on a desert at a nice water planet. like the Gladiator, for this weekend until I don't know exactly what time on Monday noon, maybe PST or something. Again, you'll get a retire. All right, and we're going to make a transition here, but I wanted one group we don't have a video from, but we have a few members here that we really do owe a nice round of thank you to, is Crytek, because without Crytek's help and support and their engine, we wouldn't be here. So I know Sean's here. Who else from Crytek is here? Yeah, stand up, come on. Stand up. So we're actually quite lucky because Crytek just opened an Austin office here a few months ago, so it's much easier for us to bug them about engine changes we want. But I have to say, even during the prototype, everyone was awesome because Paul in the programmer thing said that I did all the programming, which is kind of true, but not fully, because I had a huge amount of help from everybody at Crytek. So I would bug them. They were foolish enough to give me their email addresses so I could bypass the forums. And I would email them directly and go, hey, what about this piece of code? And I would sort of phrase it in a way that'd be like, if you guys want to fix it for me, that'd be great. And they did it a fair number of times. So thank you to the Crytek team members here, but also if there's anyone in Germany watching. You guys are great. We're super happy. The engine's amazing. It's allowing us to do some great stuff, and there's some really great stuff coming down the road that's going to make Star Citizen look even better. So I think you'll all be quite happy. So we have one more development partner here, slightly different than obviously the sort of more game-centric stuff. It's the team that's basically building our whole web infrastructure and the back end, and it's Turbulent, who have done an amazing job. So from maintaining the old site to the new site that we launched in June 28th, and rolling out all the features, because as you can see with what we do here, everything's live all the time. And actually, there's stuff always, they're on schedule and they work, and it's good all the time. I mean, it's amazing. I think us on the game side maybe could learn from that a little bit, because that's not normally how it happens on the game side. But they've been doing an amazing job, and actually there's some really cool features for the game and the community that we're working on that we're actually going to talk about here. But let's run the video, and then I'm actually going to bring up the Turbulent Benoit. And is John coming up with you, or is it just you? Just Benoit. It's not having just sole Benoit. So let's run the video. Let's do it.
Hey Star Citizen, welcome to Turbulent's offices in Montreal. My name is Benoit Beausejour. I'm the producer on the RSI project here at Turbulent. For those of you who don't know us, we're the web team responsible for building the web infrastructure for RSI. That covers website front end and back end. Our team is filled with web developers, user interface specialists, and designers. We started work with Chris Roberts last year when we were tasked with integrating your Kickstarter pledges from Kickstarter back on the old site. Then we were tasked with supporting the website throughout the Aurora and Turtle Eye promotions, which were critical elements in the game's funding. All the while, we were very busy on the back end, building the new infrastructure, working with Zane, which we flew in here into Montreal, and we locked ourselves in for a few days, and we laid out the technical groundwork and content structure for the website that you guys are seeing online today. So from the MyHanger system to your Melt functionality, to the Voyager Direct Store and the United Earth Credits currency, our team is involved in making these things happen for you guys. One of our very important missions is also supporting the customer service team by providing them the tools and systems that they need to administer your account and close your tickets. And we're also very involved with Ben Lesnick's community moderator teams in making sure that the RSI community thrives online. You guys totally overwhelmed us with the support that you gave this game by breaking every single milestone up to date. And that means we need to run script to give you guys rewards, and we love doing that. What's next for us? Right now our big focus is a module we've been developing literally for months in conjunction with Rob Irving and the game design team. It's a module that will allow you to create your own branded group identity on the website called an organization. You'll be able to put your own logos and badge icons over there, create your own identity, manage your guild structure, recruit members with the use of recruitment tools, be able to discuss privately with your guildies so that you can plan your missions and prepare your strategies, so that either if it's for world domination, exploration, or just disrupting trade routes. So prepare to get your names and symbols ready. We also plan to add a lot more immersion to the game store. We're going to add more stats, more ship renders, more component renders, and alternate ways to browse the store by manufacturer and by other statistics. On the horizon is also the development of the Galactopedia, which is a living digital encyclopedia that's also game integrated, where CIG will be able to add curated content to every game world element, as well as allowing you, the community, to contribute edits and game world events. We're really excited to be working on this project, and I wish a happy birthday to Star Citizen, and to all backers, whether you're veteran, original, or a new backer, welcome to the family. Turbulent out.
What's up, everybody? So yeah, I'm Benoit. I'm in charge of the web team. What I want to talk to you today about, I was enlisted to do this presentation, is to basically run you through the basic points of the vision that we'll have on the organization system of the website. So we can start on the first slide, please, Mike. One more. All right. So our three main focuses on this project are going to be to allow you to create your organization on the website and in the game infrastructure before the game can actually support it. That's our main goal, and that's what we want to do. So you'll be able to create your identity, create your organization, recruit your members, and then manage those members with a set of tools. And a second set of tools will allow you basically to communicate with your members and have your discussions inside your own organizations and with other organizations. All of this, the big goal is to get you immersed in the universe before the universe is even able to support it. One more. So we've decided up to now that we're going to replicate the model that you guys are using with the community moniker and handle, where your community moniker is non-unique, but your handle is unique and we can recognize you throughout the universe. It's going to be the same for your organization. It will have a non-unique name that can be shared, but it will always be identifiable by its organization code, which will be unique throughout the universe. Sort of a organization locator code throughout the communication systems in the game. And then you'll be able to, you can stay on this slide, sorry. And then you'll be able to pick one of 4 organization types, either a corporation, which has a mercantile intent, a private military company, which is sort of a corporation with a militarized force, a faith-based organization, where you can have your own cult in there, or a complete syndicate, which is basically a criminal organization. Inside the organization, you will have 4 main concepts to work with. The first one, obviously, is a set of roles that will allow you to give permissions to specific members of your organization. You can have multiple roles in your organization, whether it's accountant, diplomatic relations, foundership, officership, recruiter. Then all these names can be changed, by the way, so you can customize it. Ranks will allow you to give certain ladder in your organization, so you can have members that are more important than others. Those ranks are completely user and high-level management defined. The third concept that we're introducing in there is a system of jobs, where you can define which jobs you want to give to certain members in there. So you can, it's completely user defined. So you can decide to have, an assault group that you're going to give to these members. Many members can have multiple jobs, and the jobs are entirely up to you to define and assign. And the fourth concept that allows you to structure your organization is a very important one. It's the divisions. Creating divisions allow you to create a corporate structure or a militarized structure that you will be able to see fit in constructing what it's going to look like. All of this is we want to give you a system that's really flexible and customizable so that you can create a really big or really small organization. So with this system, we'll be able to support an organization with 400, 500 members, or an organization with 5 that's basically just a squadron. In terms of management tools, we're thinking about having obviously a set of recruitment tools, which will allow you to post recruiting posts to get members into your organization, specifying which jobs and which divisions are open, which is linked to a role, so you can have recruiters that do just manage only that part of your organization. A set of branding tools, which will allow you to customize a landing page and a set of web pages that are seen on the website so that users can consult. That's also managed by a marketing role, so somebody will be able to just take care of branding and take care of your corporate image. The organization manager is really left to somebody with an operations type role, where they can decide who goes into what division, what jobs they get in the organization, if they can promote it or not. And one of the big features that we're thinking of adding is a visual chart tool, which will allow you to represent your organization in the way you see fit. And I've got a couple of examples right up next. So we can support a flat organization, standard stuff, just like a corporate structure, a very complex organization like a military, where you have divisions and battalions and separate wings, or a circular organization where a cult would be a bit more inclined to use. In terms of communication tools, we want to provide you guys all the tools that you need to represent your organizations online. So of course you need to be able to have your set of posts where you'll be able to post kill shots directly on your organization page. A notification system allows you to contact your members. So if we go back to divisions and roles and jobs, you could say, calling all East Coast interceptors, we're under attack. That's an example. Online chat, a private online chat that will allow you to have your guild chat with you online, maybe even on a mobile app if we get there. Private forums will be definitely there so that you can have your own forums on the site to communicate with your members, have your recruiting talks, general chat, all of that directly on your organization page. And an events calendar where members will be able to say at what time they will be playing so that you can schedule your events correctly and know where, we're open for business on Tuesday nights because everybody's there. That's where we're going to be planning our missions. This is concept from Zane on the first draft of what we could do with your organization page, where you'll be able to change basically most of the aspects of this page to suit your needs, and by providing a lot of content on there. And that's it.
It was on. But who knows what's happening with that? Maybe the battery's low. Anyway, I was saying that I believe the rest of the turbulent teams actually got put in the control booth of this, so turning things off and on. But they've done an amazing job for us. And one thing I just point out on the organization stuff is that that's also going to carry through into the game. So as the infrastructure will work in the game, it will allow you to manage defenses and do that. I would say that's partly something that we're building a game that you just want to be by yourself and play it. You can have completely that sort of privateer freelancer experience, but we're also building if you want to play with your friends, in a sort of small scale, you can do that, and if you want to play a really big group, you can do that. And we've actually partly seen how the community's evolved and how they interact is informed what we've been thinking about and how we can provide tools for you. Because Star Citizen, if it works, which I hope it will, touch wood. But no, it will. I haven't made a bad game yet, so I'm trying not to break that. But if it does, it will go on for years. So we want to have the tools to be able to spend time and get together with your friends and have a good time. So we have another key group at Cloud Imperium that aren't necessarily on the front line of building the game, but they certainly are on the front line of interacting with the community, keeping everyone informed, keeping everyone happy, or trying to keep everyone happy. Can't keep everyone happy all the time, but we try our best. And they work tirelessly. They work 7 days a week, around the clock, because the nature of the beast with this is, there's not sort of a Monday to Friday thing. A lot of people, they work during the week, and then on the weekend they're like, what's happening to my retaliator? So we have an amazing team that does that, so I want to bring them up, and then we're going to sort of talk about some community stuff and our photo competition we have. So welcome Sandi Gardiner and Lesnick, our community manager.
Hello. So we are here to announce the winners of the photo contest. And I'm going to give this list to you, Ben.
All right. Oh, I have a list for you as well.
Hey, everybody. It's been an incredible year. Sandi, a year ago, could you ever imagine we would have hundreds of thousands of Star Citizens? It's been insane, and thank you all for not just for backing the game, but for understanding this vision and getting the message out there. It's been incredible.
Yeah. All right.
Let's okay, guys. Let's reveal the winners of the photo contest. The category of Where's Waldo in Space goes to Fatal Foul here in front of Atlantis at Kennedy Space Center. It is Star Citizen. Next up is Most Creative Single Player. This is the person who did the most creative job with their RSI shirt. This is Robo Dorn with his homemade RSI Hornet, or animal hornet. Note the turret on his head. Only available in the military version. Next category is No Shirt, No Problem. We know not everybody got shirts, so we went into a category for folks who create their own Star Citizen costumes or other fancy things. And that goes to Lady Caterpillar. It's a very cool image. And next up, Most Star Citizens. Winner is R.R. Cyberhead and his family with this adorable picture. And last but not least, the Best in Show category, which goes to Aviator Apostle for his homemade RSI armor. We thought this was great because it was the first costume we saw that actually made the costume from the game. So props to him.
And I would like to thank all of our moderators. I generally don't deal with the forums, but as most of you know, I've started Concierge. I've done a lot of customer service over the past year. And sometimes I get a lot of difficult customers, for whatever reason, that come to me from the forums and say, I just got banned, and can you fix it? But our moderators have done a really good job for this whole year. We'd like to thank them. We have Slavic, All Gamer, Toast, Slow Reflex, Legante, Void Singer, Adam, Sabine, Manic, Awesome AD, Choctaw, Ryzen Bull, and Lala. So thank you to all the moderators. before I hand it to Ben, who's going to talk about some of the other community people, I would like to thank Chelsea, who works with me, and she works with most of you guys on here. It is Chelsea's birthday today, so eternally 21, like the rest of us. All right.
I'd just like to thank some of the other folks at Cloud Imperium who they're not necessarily in the development teams, but they are working hard with the community and with customer service. So our web folks, John Erskine, Zane Bien, Justin Bidford, Alexis Lesnick from customer service, Chelsea, of course. Anybody else? Oh, yeah, everybody stand up, stand up. David Lady and Ryan Arthur, folks behind Jump Point, a lot of our publications.
We missed Brian Archer, who actually does the layout and helps lay out on our brochures, and I think on Jump Point too, right, David? Or is it you just doing joint layout? Okay, it's all David. Sorry, I'm fine. Nah, just kidding. Anyway, have we got everyone here? Okay, all right. And the community. Well, yes. So I would definitely say that the number one group that we need to thank is the actual community, because we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't be making the game that we have dreamed of making for a long time without everyone's support. Yeah, I think the community, everyone, community stand up. So I'm going to take this off. Actually, it's a shameless plug for the polo shirt, because we're going to have that on sale this weekend, limited until Monday too. And then we're going to close off the orders because we've got to run the order. But you want one of these nice little polo shirts? Feel free to go get one.
Mission Control, do you read me? Mission Control, do you read me? This is Commander Roberts. Beijing Command, Boundary 42. Come in.
This is Mission Control. Receiving you, Commander.
The Eagle has landed. The Eagle has landed. Strike Recon Team is online.
Acknowledged, Commander. Transmit identification data now.
Transmitting now.
Confirmed, Commander. Personnel validated. Strike team assembled. Mission is a go. I repeat, mission is a go. Execute Executive Order Squadron 42. Good hunting, Commander.
Thanks, Control. Good to be back.
So I'm happy to announce that my brother and actually some people that I've actually been friends with since I was 3 and worked on my very first games and have worked on games with me pretty much my whole life, and were a large part of what we did at Digital Anvil and even before at Origin, have left their current place where they were working. They were basically Traveler's Tales making Lego Star Wars for the last 6 or 7 years. Before that, they built games like Star Lancer, and before that Privateer 2, and also worked on some of the Wing Commanders. So we're sort of upgrading them to real spaceships instead of Lego spaceships. But they're an incredibly talented group. So we're actually going to be opening up Cloud Imperium Manchester, which will be the third of our internal studios. And their focus will be on the single-player aspect of the whole Star Citizen Squadron 42. So they're going to be sort of the lead studio on Squadron 42, even though the other studios are all going to support them. So it'll be a combination between all, but they'll be actually doing the brunt of the design and implementation side, and I can't think of a better group to do it. I mean, they've done some really great stuff before. They know this genre. We've all worked together, and I think it's just going to make Star Citizen Squadron 42 a much better game. So I'm really happy to have some good friends and family back on the team. So good to have you back, guys. Now would be the time. So the other things that we're going to do is we're releasing an update of the hangar where we're adding a fair number of things to it as part of the celebration of the 1 year time. So we used to have the hangar demo down here and I was going to run it, but we had HDMI issues. So now it's up there. I think it's potentially running or can run, so maybe we'll run it. Okay, here we go. So the couple of things that we're going to add, and I have to take a look. Yeah, I guess it's like an older build because it looks like it's missing some of the things that will be on the build you guys will be able to download tomorrow. So we're not going to actually, the hangar won't patch with the new build until tomorrow. But several features are, we actually now also have the privateer outfit in. So this is a sort of temporary way to fetch it, but it's on a mannequin. So Justin will use it, and now we can walk around. We now look a little more like Han Solo than a guy in a spacesuit. Justin, can you sort of use G, go around and you hold the G key down? Unless you're at the keyboard. So. I guess, well, if you hold the G key down, you can spare. There you go. So there we go. So the other things that we've got going on here in the new patch is the Avenger is now in engine. Unfortunately, we actually had this working back at the office. I think some of you that wandered around saw this, but for whatever reason, the build at the office, when it went onto the patcher, didn't get all the way in, so we don't have the one. So we're missing some under landing gear, but it will be fixed, and you'll be able to get in the cockpit and everything else. But this is beautiful. It's built by Nathan Dearsley, who's our artist based in the UK. Where's Nathan? He's somewhere around here. There you are. Stand up, Nathan. So Nathan not only built it in engine, but he actually completely designed it. So he's basically soup to nuts on this. Nathan has joined us. I mean, you were about what, 4 or 5 years at Crytek UK. So he was actually very familiar, and he's really helping us out in terms of how we're going to push it and use it inside the engine. So that will be in the patch tomorrow, and also you can already buy the Avenger, but we're going to put an Avenger package in the shop because a fair number of people have complained that they just want to sort of have the Avenger as their starting ship, and so we're going to enable you to do that. And then here is the fish tank that we promised for 20 million with the Midas fish in, and another little alien fish in there. So you'll be able to check out your fish tank. Yeah, so and there's going to be a few other things that will be in your hangar, but I can't show you those just yet. So you'll have to wait till tomorrow. Okay, so I think we're good on the demo for now, and then we're going to talk about one other thing that we're going to do. So one thing that was actually really impressive, and for the team, it was kind of humbling and flattering, was we released the hangar, and so many people within a very short period of time had ripped the ships out of the hangar, put them in different environments in CryEngine. Are we going to do? I don't think we can do the boogie jump on here, right? There was you could see the spirit of the modding community and the will and the need to build, and we've seen modifications. We've seen our ships taken out, even put into Unity and used in the Rift. And so we've decided to create an event that will allow the community, the modelers out there, the modders out there, that are all working to come together and compete to build a ship that will actually go in the game. So I'm going to run a little video, but we're announcing Roberts Space Industries' The Next Great Starship, which is a competition that will be, I don't know, kind of like some of those competitions you see on TV. And we'll actually do it that way, but let's run the video. Michael, will you run the video, please?
Hey there, citizens and civilians. Welcome to the quest for the next great starship. Star Citizen is calling all you modelers, texturers, and riggers for the likes of a modding competition that you've never seen before.
We've already seen some amazing spaceship designs on our forums, and we know that's just the tip of the iceberg. So in the spirit of Star Citizen's open development philosophy, we've decided to create a competition to build Roberts Space Industries' next great starship. If you're an aspiring modder, a modeler, or just a conceptual designer or artist, we encourage you to enter this competition. If you're accepted, you'll be mentored by various members of the Cloud Imperium team and judged by a panel of expert judges, including me, and the community to find RSI's next great starship.
Tune in every week to see these teams battle it out in a series of challenges, being mentored and judged by some of the best in the business. The show goes on until one team remains, taking home the grand prize of $30,000 in cash, your spaceship in-game, and the title of the next great starship. So if you find yourself dreaming of vertices, polygons, or thruster arrays, don't wait. Get the details at robertspaceindustries.com.
Okay, so we're actually, what isn't mentioned in that video is we have like a pretty incredible group of partners in that. So we're partnering with YouTube and they're going to promote it on their channel. Autodesk is actually contributing some significant additional prizes. So the first prize will not only be the money, but there'll be like 3 creation suites from Autodesk, which if you're a modeler, you know that's actually worth quite a lot of money. And Wacom is going to be contributing like Cintiq tablets, Alienware computers, so it's actually going to be fun. And kind of the approach that we took on this is, and AMD's been, sorry Steve, we've got Steve here from AMD, but I've got NVIDIA over here, so we kind of can't be in the middle. And we love both you guys. But yes, AMD is providing some great graphics cards for the winners of the competition. No, we basically, when we build our spaceships, they will cost us anywhere from the low end, probably $50,000 or more, to well over $100,000. The bigger ones involve a lot of people working. I mean, I think on the CG bot side, how many people are working on the Idris Corvette right now? All of them? No, okay. So we have 17 artists down in Monterey that are assigned to Star Citizen. Of course, that had Ryan Church working on before, and it's been a long process. So it's pretty complicated. So we sort of said, what would be really fun would be to take the budget of one of our smaller ships and apply it to this competition, and then let the community sort of see the process, like how the ships get built along the way, and also sort of vote on which ships they like, and we'll just, so the idea is to the submission, we start taking submissions on, I think, October 31st through the end of the year. We're going to ask the initial the teams to submit a weapon design, so it's a much smaller task, and then we'll pick the top choices there, and then they'll go into the bigger competition that we'll sort of do as you would typically do with judges, and we'll over 6 months broadcast to the community, and everyone will vote. And I think it'll be really fun, and I think it'll be great for people to participate to see how these things are made, because there is a lot of attention and love and detail that goes into these, and we like it. It's kind of geeky, but I think it'll be cool. So that is the next great starship. So speaking of starships, it wouldn't be fun or fitting for one of our events to have some spaceship flying around that you haven't seen yet. So we're going to debut the Hornet commercial right now for you guys. Tomorrow the Hornet's going to go on sale along with the brochure on the website and a bunch of the stuff that we've done with some variants that are actually really cool. But this is created by Hannes Appel, who's the same amazing cinematic artist that did the 300i and actually did the initial cinematic Squadron 42 video. So without further ado, and by the way, this is going to get improved and finessed, and this is temp sound, and we're going to put some more shots in it. But it's CitizenCon, so I pushed it up in early because I figured you guys want to see some laser bolts and explosions. So let's run it!
Legendary fighter pilot Ari O'Reilly once said, "Give me a fully loaded Hornet, and I'll shake the gates of heaven." Anvil Aerospace's Hornets have faced Vandal, Xi'an, pirates, and criminals. They've logged more combat time and kills in more theaters than any other ship in the history of space combat. Battle-tested in the harshest conditions, the Hornet has proven time and again its ability to withstand damage and still be able to dish it out. Honey, I got the ice cream you wanted. With all the punishment it handles on a daily basis, don't you think the new Hornet can handle yours? Anvil's new Hornet F7C. See your authorized ship dealer for options.
So just to let you guys know, that was literally downloaded like 5 minutes ago. So we actually have a saying, generally most of the stuff, because we work in a fairly live fashion, everything generally tends to come in hot. But essentially, that commercial had both engines on fire and laser scorch marks down the fuselage, and just made it in here. So that's good. So anyway, that is our year in review CitizenCon event. The next year, I think we're going to do a bigger production and obviously have a much larger group. But I really thank everybody for coming out, everyone from our internal teams that have worked so hard this year, from the external partners that have worked so hard this year, and everybody in the community that has supported us and backed us. It's been an incredible time. I've never been so invigorated and excited making games in my entire life. This is incredibly special, and I'm looking forward to playing this game with all you guys in the future. So I thank you all, and I think we're going to maybe play a movie. I don't know if we've got enough time. What's that? Oh, yes, the blueprints. Okay, and as a gift for everyone here, we have Hornet blueprints for everyone. So you can take those home with you. And we have. So we're gonna run a movie that maybe has less polygons in its effects than Star Citizen does today for you guys. Yeah, you know, it could have been better, but it's got some good moments in it. Well, and we're going to have some drinks afterwards at the appropriately named Hangar Lounge. So let's run the movie, and thank you guys very much for your support. Thank you for your really hard work.